Hello, hello, and welcome. I'm Debbie Danford from craftycreations.blogspot.com. Normally on Thursdays at 10, I go live on Facebook, but today I am doing my Christmas team Zoom party at 10. So I just decided I would do a video ahead of time so I didn't have to try to squeeze it in later in the day. So here's what I came up with for our normal Thursday Facebook Live. I had been working with the Pretty Petals, and here, let me show you that stamp set. So this is an online exclusive stamp set. It's called Pretty Petals. It's what my monthly club voted on to use for this month. If you're not part of my monthly club and you're interested in monthly club, it's $39.50. You get the supplies to make 5 projects, 2 of each. And you usually get between $15 and $20 in product included every month in the packets. And then on your sixth consecutive month, you will get a $25 product bonus sent to you. I usually pick, it could be envelopes, adhesive, DSPs. There's lots of things I put in there quite often, but you have to stay 6 consecutive months to get that extra $25 in product bonus on your 6th month. So if you have questions about it, there will be a link where you can join. If you're interested in joining, I would love to have you join. We have a private Facebook group where I usually prior to the next month, so probably since Christmas is going to be coming, I'll probably try to post before Christmas. If not, it'll be after. I let them vote on the bundle. So I usually put 5 different choices out there, and then whatever bundle wins is the one we pick for that month. And then I usually also offer a bonus class. And sometimes it could be a DSP class where you get a pack or half a pack of the DSP included and you make 4 projects. It could be a standalone stamp set, and you get the stamp set included with the supplies to make 4 projects. It just depends what I pick. You can add it on. You don't have to add it on. So it's just an option for you. But I love Monthly Club because, one, it challenges me. Yes, I am putting the choices out there, but ultimately they pick, because sometimes I think we buy stamp sets thinking we love them and maybe eventually we don't get to using them for a while. And me doing this, I always make sure I post something we haven't used, so it's something new and current that they like to pull from. We have a private Facebook group, like I said, that I post the poll for them, and that's where I also house all the PDFs and the videos. Every month I do a video, regardless of how easy the cards might be or how difficult they might be. There's always a video out there in case you ever need it. And the nice thing about joining my monthly club is that all of those, I've been doing this now for almost 3 years, I think. Maybe it's coming up on 4. Everything is out there. So you would have a whole lot of projects that you could look at and get ideas from. And if there was something you really loved, you could ask me. And if I have a packet left over from then, I'd be more than happy to, sell that one to you too. Because I do have some leftover packets that I sell at different classes and retreat days and things like that. So anyway, it also comes, just so you know, it also comes with a set of dies. And mainly the dies all cut out these different shapes that you have here. I didn't use the dies for Monthly Club this time. We did strictly stamping. So yeah, it was really fun. I was a little nervous when I first started playing with this set because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, but I think I came up with some good alternatives. And so today I decided to make another card. I've already finished designing the 5 cards, I think, unless I decide to put this one in there. But I had a card laying around using this layout from something else, and I thought, I wonder if it would work. So this is what the card looks like. And we're using the country something DSP. I'll have to look at what the name is. I can't remember now. And then it opens like this. So this DSP is called the Country Lace DSP. And they're going to get a half a pack of the paper. They're going to get this ribbon. It also comes with a white. It's a 2-pack. And then we're using this bling this time. Oh my gosh, I can't even... The iridescent pearls is what they're called. Another one of my favorites. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on how I made this card. Now, your card base is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And then we have 2 pieces of 4 by 5 1/4. One's for the inside, and then one is for this outside piece. And then we have, we have this piece of petal pink, or whatever colors you're using to coordinate. So I coordinated these two together. And this piece is, just so you have right dimensions, and I'll put them all in the description too, 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. And then we have a piece of basic white that's 3 by 4 1/4. That's what's going to layer on here. And then what you have is you need a piece of DSP. Now you either need 2 pieces or 1 piece, depending on if the front and back coordinate the way you want them to. Let me give you the sizes, and then I'll explain what I mean. So your piece is going to be 3 by 3 3/4. And this is what it would look like if these two do not coordinate together. This was actually another piece like this, of course, on this side. If this was all the same color, pretend it's this petal pink color. On one of them, you're going to cut from this corner to this corner. Now, if the 2 pieces coordinate, you'll be able to just flip. I know this is what we're using, so that's why I'm telling you to pretend. You would just flip, and then both pieces would fit like you want them to fit here. We want it to go like this, just like that. So if they coordinated front and back, you would do that. These did not. So what I had to do is cut 2 separate pieces. But what you have to make sure you do, so again, pretend these two are the same. You're going to cut from corner to corner. And then on the gray piece, so let me flip this over so that you understand and hopefully I'm not confusing you. So let's pretend now this is the 2 that have the smoky slate on the front. You would cut from the opposite corner to corner. Hopefully that makes sense. And then you'll end up with 4 of these, so you'll be able to make 2 cards technically. But hopefully that makes sense on how you cut these so you get the right angle going this way and this way. So as you can see now, this one will go here, and then my gray the smoky slate goes across like that, and then they're lined up perfectly. It all has to do with that corner to corner, what direction you're going, if you have to use 2 different pieces of DSP. Like I said, if it's 1 piece and it coordinates front to back, like I could have probably, if these 2 coordinated front to back, I could have done this, but they didn't. These 2 have different colors on each side, and that wasn't what I wanted, so I had to end up cutting 2. But if they coordinate, then it's much easier because all you have to do is flip it. Hopefully that makes sense. So if you have to cut 2, you're going to cut corner to corner, and then the second one will be the opposite corner to corner. If you only have to cut 1 because you're flipping it, because they coordinate, then you just cut corner to corner, and then you'll just be able to do this, just like that. Hopefully that all makes sense, and I didn't confuse you. Okay, so what we're going to do, let's set some of this aside over here, is first I'm going to take, this is going to go on top of here like this. So what I'm going to do is add just a little bit of mono glue along the bottom here. And I'm going to glue this down right here, right along the edge of that. And I'm just lining that up right there. Okay. Now, I left, if you notice on mine, I left a border between the designer series paper. DSP is the acronym we like to use, but designer series paper. I left a border all the way. If you wanted no border, you would just cut these at 4 versus the 3 3/4 width, because that would line it up to the 4. But I wanted a border around it a little bit. So that's why I put these 2 together first. And then what you do, again, I take the mono glue, because you don't want big wide tape on here, because you want to be able to slide that other card on the inside. And I just go around the edge here, along here, and along this side here. That's it. You don't want to go anyplace else because you want to close it because you're going to slide this little card in. And then I just center it. I come down to, you know, what I want for border at the bottom, border on the sides, and push that down just like that. Okay, so there's that part. And then what we're going to do before we attach this to the card front, I'm going to attach a piece of ribbon. So let's go ahead and I'll show you how I attach my ribbon. I know everybody does it different, but sometimes it's always nice to see other tips and see how other people do it. Petal pink. I saw the white, but I couldn't find the petal pink. Now I'm going to use the petal pink again. I like to put my adhesive all the way around, and then I attach just like this because I don't wrap it around. I feel like that's a waste of ribbon if you're wrapping it all the way around. I don't even do it with twine or anything. And then I always go back and add just a little bit more adhesive to the top here. And I like to use the Stampin' Seal Plus. That's my favorite. That and Mono Glue are my two favorites. And then here's our card front, and I just lay it down like that. As you notice, I did not fold and burnish my card front yet. I leave it flat. I feel like it is a much simpler way to attach all your layers if this is laying flat. Now, there are times we have to burnish first, depending on a fun fold or things like that. But in this case, a standard card base, I leave it flat and I don't fold it till I'm done. And you'll see, try it once and see if you like it. Once I started doing it like this, I felt like, and I've taught a lot of my customers and teammates the same thing. It just makes it so much easier than folding it and having that pop up while you're trying to put layers down and it doesn't want to lay completely flat. Okay, so let's go ahead and attach our little ribbon here to the front. And I'll cut these off. And I realized I forgot to put any bling on that one when I just made it, honestly. And I thought, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and do the video now. Okay, so there's that part. So let's set this aside. We're going to put that right there. Now, let's bring in our piece we're going to stamp on. Okay, so I stamped, and I know it's not in green, but one thing I've learned with stamping is any color goes with anything. So this is technically the leaves, and this is called a distinctive stamps, which means distinctive, it's not going to stamp perfectly because some parts of it are a little bit imperfect, I guess would be the word we want to say. Now, when I did this one, I put the thank you at the bottom. I think this time I'm going to try and put it at the top. So I'm going to come down a little bit further this time so I can put my thank you up there. Okay. As you see, some of it's darker, some of it's lighter. That's the distinctive part. Okay. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and stamp the thank you right now since we have the smoky slate out. And I'm using the thank you from the Simply Said. This is one of my favorite word sets. And coming out in the new mini catalog that's going to be starting in January, there's another set in there that has great words that's really going to be awesome. And if you don't have a demonstrator that you use on a regular basis and you're looking for one, let me know because I'll make sure you get the new mini catalog and the celebration catalog. We don't want you to miss out. And of course, then we have lots of online exclusive stuff. Like I said, this set is online exclusive. I think I could have got it a little bit. It's going to be fine. I don't feel like it's quite centered, but we'll see what it looks like when I stamp the flowers. Now, the hardest thing I had was first trying to figure out how you line everything up. And what the consensus I came up with is, if you see this little like indentation rectangle area, that's my marker. So what I do, I ink it up here, and then I line up these two flowers right here and these two flowers right here and over here. And you'll see as I stamp it. So even though it's kind of straight on the block, we're going to tip our block just a little bit to line that up how we want. And I apologize if my head gets in the front or in the camera. So I'm tipping it just a little bit, and it's not going to be perfect, I'll tell you right now. I don't think I've stamped it perfect any time I've stamped it, and I've made a lot of these cards now. But it works. as you can see, here's what we came up with, and it's so pretty. I don't know what it is about this set. Even if it doesn't line up perfectly, I feel like it is just so pretty. Okay, now we're going to go ahead. I wish I would have moved that over just a little bit, but I'm not going to dwell on it. We're just going to move on. No sense in dwelling on little things like that. Now, I could have flipped it and stamped the whole thing over again, but I don't think it matters. And then we're going to layer this on top of here, just like that. Okay. And this will tuck right in here, just like this. So there's that part. Here, let me tuck this one back in here. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a few bling, and then we'll decorate the inside of our card. So let's go ahead, and I think what I'm going to do to kind of offset, well, maybe I'm going to add a little bling. Let me get a little bit of this out. There we go. I am going to put a couple of these right here, like that, on this one. And I'll put another one over here. We'll kind of highlight that part. Now on this one, I'm going to do it a little bit different. Since I didn't put any bling on it yet, I think I'm going to come down here. You know, sky's the limit on how we decorate with our bling. I don't know about you guys, but I love using bling. I think it just adds so much to a card, and you don't really have to do all that much to do it. Okay, so there's that one. So there's our bling. Now our inside piece. So I already had some scraps here, and what I decided to do, I just cut random widths. I don't like to do the same width if I'm putting more than one color. I originally was going to go this way, but I had some scraps that were this long and it didn't fit that way, so I ended up going this route. So, and for these, I like to use the mono glue because these are tiny. It's just easier. I like to start at the edge, and I leave a little bit of the white showing. I like it like that. Not everybody does. You know, sky's the limit. Do what you like. Do what makes you happy when you're decorating, like on the inside. I just like to show what I do and give you ideas. And then again, I am going to leave a little bit of a gap. For those of you that watch my Facebook Lives or YouTubes, one of them, my dogs, well, one is my dog, one's my grand dog, Cooper and Milo, were barking in the background, and it was like, oh my gosh, they picked the wrong time to decide to start playing. Well, today, Cooper is at my feet because he likes to lay right at my feet sometimes, which is okay, except it does make it hard to like move around and stand too close to my desk because I've got a, 80-pound chocolate lab laying under my feet. But they are always here in the craft room with me. Okay, so let me go ahead and close this so we don't drop our beautiful card in there. We all know we've done that at least once. Okay, so here's our card front. Now what I do is I flip it over so we know this is the inside, and then we're just going to go ahead and add this to the inside, just like this. And then I fold and burnish. And there's our card. What do you think? I could have probably flipped my papers a little bit and maybe put the gray underneath and the petal pink on top, but I like how it came out. I thought it was so, so pretty. And here, I'll show you the original I had done, and I think I made it sometime last year. I think this might have been celebration paper, maybe, or maybe it was in color. Maybe it's in color paper from last year. I don't even remember, and I don't know what I stamped with, but again, same concept. This pulls out, and this is the same exact ribbon. So I know I made it. I think I made it sometime in the spring. I don't know, or it could have been for In Color Club. Heck, I don't even remember. But anyway, just so you could see it, what my original was, or at least the one I saw most just recently. I could have made that card many of other times with other papers all over the place. Who knows? But that one just seemed to pop up the other day in my stash over there. Anyway, I hope you enjoy today's project. And if you have any questions about it or any questions about the monthly club, please don't hesitate to reach out. You still have time to join monthly club. You can join at any given time. If it's past my shipment date, which I usually try to, my deadline to ship out is the 25th. Of course, December, that is Christmas. So I plan to try to ship out a little bit earlier. But you can join at any given time. And then if it's past the ship date, then, I'll let you know that you'll be paying and you're paying for the next month. But yes, I would love to have you come try it. Try it once, see if you like it. I also offer gift certificates out there right now. Well, I offer them all the time. It's just we know that Christmas time is a popular time. So if it's something you want to try, have your husband, spouse, son, daughter, somebody buy you a gift certificate through me, and then you could cash it in after Christmas or in January and start monthly club that way too. That's always an option. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you all tuning in, and I will be back live again next Thursday. So have a good one, and I will see you again next time. Bye, guys.